Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 40 of the New Slang Podcast. I'm Thomas Mooney, the editor-in-chief of New Slang here in Lubbock. And this week's episode, we have Koe Wetzel and Parker McCollum on. They were both conveniently in town this past weekend, so Koe was playing at Blue Light and Parker was playing this big show with Randy Rogers. And so, I went in and grabbed both of them, and we talked for about an hour about the current music scene, some of their stuff coming up, their influences, all that kind of good stuff, some stories, and it was a fun, I guess we talked about an hour or so. I guess like as far as anything I've written lately, there's this new George Strait piece, and I kind of allude to it in this actual interview, that's out over on Wide Open Country. They're about to start doing all their end of the year kind of stuff lists, so like top albums and top songs, that kind of thing. I contributed to those things, so those should be coming out, I believe, this Friday. Go ahead and check those out as well if you get the chance. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, and this is like your first time listening, go ahead and subscribe on iTunes. Go back and listen to our old episodes. There's some really good ones in there. Go ahead and rate the New Slang Podcast as well. If you don't follow us on Twitter, you can follow me at _New Slang. You can go to Facebook and just search for New Slang and you'll find me there as well. Instagram is _New Slang as well. So, if you don't follow me on the social media and you want to stay current with the shit I write and say in these podcasts and whatnot, subscribe, follow, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to get on to this interview with Parker and McCollum now, though. Ramble on if you want to.
Cool.
All that kind of shit. Parker, you just opened for Turnpike during the ACL taping thing.
Yes.
How was that last night? We got to start with that.
It was great, dude. I'm a big fan of them, and I don't know. I think we're paying for it today, but we kind of just let it all go last night. It was fun. It was very fun.
Yeah. Okay, like how do you get onto something like that?
We were playing Graham Central Station in Oklahoma City, and Brady, we were sound checking out, and we were doing something, just standing around. He was like, "Turnpike's playing 2 nights at Moody. Wonder who's opening." So I just hollered and asked if we could open, and and we sat around for like 2 months waiting on that show, just looking forward to it.
Yeah,
and then it happened.
I mean, I don't think they've even played like a late night show yet. You know what I mean? But like Austin City Limits is, I mean, that's PBS. That's good stuff right there. I think like everyone kind of grew up on.
For sure, dude.
On Austin City Limits.
When we got there, we were just like, I don't know, we were little kids. We were running around. We were bullshitting. Like, I don't know. It was the absolute shit of an evening. It was great. Yeah.
I can't wait till that comes out. I think like they're doing like a stream of it on the 5th.
Well, they're doing like a show on Tuesday. I know that's like the actual taping.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
I think that's like the 5th.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if they filmed last night or
just played
or tomorrow night. I know they're doing something on Tuesday. That's a taping. But it was a shit, dude. We never said one word to any of them. Never saw any of them. I mean, they're rock stars for sure.
Yeah.
So we just try to stay the fuck out of the way, and it's time to do our 45 minutes. We do our 40. It was great, dude. The crowd was killer, and Koe Wetzel's here also, by the way. He's here.
Hey.
He's trying his best not to say anything.
Yeah. Well, he was on this run of the West Texas run of Midland.
Yeah,
right?
Midland. We went Midland on Thursday, and then Amarillo last night. And now we're at the Blur.
Yeah. Midland.
Midland.
I feel like Midland's the I don't know, like one of the worst places in America. I'm from West Texas, so I think it's bad.
I don't know. It was great. We had a great crowd. It was just Midland is like one of those places you show up and it's like you're drunk before you even get drunk.
Yeah.
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 That's what we were. We were. I don't know. We got entirely too drunk. We shouldn't have been as drunk as we were, but we had a great time.
Yeah. Okay, so like one of the big things I was wanting to talk with y'all about is I think like Texas country for a while got really boring, kind of got stale. Just people making the same records. And in the last couple years, there's been an influx of like new voices, right? Who are trying new things. Y'all are part of that. And there's a couple bands, I would say like Turnpike, with like their story, right? The world they're creating.
They're fucking rad, dude.
Like
So
that's something
rad.
cool and new. I think like Josh has been doing something really cool with his new record with the horn section and stuff, right? I think like Boland, he's got like these new things. Like I hear like their new record's gonna be like a real old school progressive country throwback. Well, I guess what I'm saying though is like the term Texas country has it's been reinvigorated with a different sound, a lot of different kind of voices coming out. Like what do you think about like y'all's place in that? Like, did you even set out to sound differently, or did you just want to play music and then just start playing? And then it's now like everyone else kind of saying, "Oh, you're doing something different. You're doing something different."
I don't know, man. I guess, I can remember telling my older brother, and he'll verify this. This is true. When I was like 12 or 13, I told my older brother that I was like, man, one day I want to make like Texas country or Texas music or country music in general, whatever. Just kind of be that, or just make it not be anything, dude. Just fucking make it real and really cool and happening again, And I wouldn't say that was necessarily what anybody tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't really where the efforts were directed. But in the back of my mind, I was always like, if that were to happen and we were, lucky enough to kind of be, I don't know, cool in music, and just like, and the fans seem to want like real as it can get. They they want the music to be very real. And man, I think it just kind of was good timing on, we were into really being honest about what we were writing about and the records that we're trying to put out. And, the fans seem to just totally be into that too.
I don't think it was like we were trying to be, like different. I mean, obviously we didn't want to do, what everybody else had done. It wasn't something that we were just like, oh, we're going to do this just because it is so different than that. It's just whatever.
We were doing this before we were making money doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Like not really anything has changed that we're doing.
Yeah.
It's just
how it comes out. Like
because I think like my theory is that Texas country, y'all haven't become Texas, or I guess like y'all have become Texas country. Texas country used to not be as broad or as expansive of a label. You know what I mean? It used to be kind of just more of the Pat Green kind of way, right? Or like a Kevin Fowler, or like a Aaron Watson, Randy, kind of like that kind of, right? Like
Well, dude, when I was 8 years old and Pat Green was rolling on like 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
that's like, dude, that.
I think you grew up
and like there's nothing.
You grew up around though, like
For
the
sure.
Texas scene. Like
I had an older brother who's
so
6 years older than me, who just hammered
Yeah.
that shit into my head for
and
a
like
long time.
I grew up in East Texas, so
Mhm.
all I had was mainstream radio. I grew
Yeah.
up on like 90s country stuff. I'm
Which
sure
is
y'all
the
did.
shit,
Yeah.
no doubt, yeah.
But like y'all got to hear Texas music, and we didn't have any Texas music stations, so I didn't really get into Texas music until high school.
Yeah.
Whenever Josh Abbott and Casey Donahue and Randy and all those guys were, killing it.
Yeah.
It's like that was what you listen. If you listen to Texas country music, that's what you listen to. So like I didn't grow up around that. So I mean, it was just. I think that's why it's different for us, because we didn't. I don't know. We didn't. Come in. Most of us did, but like I didn't. I came from a lot different style of music than just listening to Texas music my whole life.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of the new guys, they're all from kind of like that small town, right? And in the small towns, you only got that top layer of culture, right? MTV, VH1, top 40 radio, rock, top 40 radio, country. So then, like, once you found the other world, the other side, I guess, right? Or something else different, it had like a bigger impact on everyone than say, like, just if you were born and were raised on Texas country, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. 90s country was the shit, man. But I don't know, dude. It was more of like me and Koe didn't know each other until, I don't know, 2 years, probably almost 3 years ago. I don't know. He messaged me on Twitter when like Meet You in the Middle had first come out.
It just came out.
Yes, and he was like, "Yo, that's good. What's up?" And then I ended up meeting Jake, who was my tour manager, and he introduced me and Koe, and so it wasn't anything we were trying to do at all, man. It was just kind of, I think a lot of it's luck, and timing, but
Yeah.
Like I said, I think just the being really real about it, and not trying to be anybody that, and we're just, I don't know, it's like we were doing it before, he was working at a golf course. We were making no money. We were broke as could possibly be. Jake wasn't even getting paid.
Yeah.
And we were just running around trying to play shows. And I think Koe was sleeping on Jake's couch.
Yeah, I was.
Like, I don't know, what, a year and a half ago? And it's just, but we were still doing what we're doing now musically. Like, that was still very much the vibe. And the vibe is trying to write heater-ass songs and maybe staying away from the formula of songwriting that has really, really
There's not a rule book.
Yeah, there's no rule book.
Like, we're not following a rule book at all.
Well, like what we talked about the other day
Yeah.
was that there's something inherently genuine about what you're writing, and it's something that that these kids are just tapping into, and they can see that it's a real thing, that you're not selling them a story. And that's something that I don't know. I feel like I feel like those kids, like the kids who are just gung ho about gung ho.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that down. Yeah.
Gung ho, yeah. I'll tell you
y'all.
what, that's the unfair thing. It says name rhymes with everything.
Yeah. Well, like that article I wrote.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of like different ways I still think my favorite's like Co Nation.
Co Nation.
Yeah. Just like that's a good one right there. Just to call everyone. But yeah, I mean, like, they are I don't know if there's a more passionate fan base in Texas right now.
Which is like Pete said, like, we're not trying to be anybody that we're not. Like, what you hear is what you get with us. Like, we're not trying to do something that somebody's already done, and definitely having it in the back of our mind. It's while we're doing this, it's influence for sure. But I mean, we want, at the end of the day, we want to look back on it and be like, we did everything exactly the way we wanted to do it. And I don't know, man. People really, they see that. It's not just music that they're getting blasted all the time. That you gotta listen to this, you gotta listen to that. They're kind of finding it, and they're like, holy shit, I feel that. So
Yeah.
and that's what we want to give the fans. So
Yeah. Y'all want to talk about 90s country? I'm a diehard 90s country guy.
not
Dude,
yet.
I'll tell you what.
Blackhawk? Are you fucking kidding me?
I feel like, and it seems like every wave of music or trend or whatever that comes along is like when it's hot and it's popular or whatever it's happening, there's all these people hating on it, and then when everybody's looking back, like in retro, like in hindsight's 2020, I know, but everybody's looking back, they're like, man, that was actually really good. 90s country is like a prime example of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, I don't know, what is it, Ty Herndon, living for the moment. What is the name of that song? I'm telling you,
What
we
Matters
really do.
Most? Do you guys love that song? By Ty?
What is it?
What Matters Most? Or What Mattered Most?
I don't know if I've heard that one. But, dude, anyways, look at the chick in the video for that Ty Herndon song. She's the most beautiful woman ever. But, dude, Tim McGraw, I'm a huge Tim McGraw fan, and Tim's still putting out heaters for sure, I think.
Absolutely.
Well, he's the dude who can pick out a song.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's not writing everything, but he's the one who covered that Lori McKenna song. Wreck
Dude,
You.
I'll say,
And that's
I was so honed on if you don't write your own songs, I don't know, it's more like doing this and in this business, and like the more nights I spent on the road hustling, trying to do this and be successful at it, like, man, I've kind of lost my bitter. Like, dude, if you are a really talented singer and you're not a good songwriter, there's not a reason you shouldn't be an artist. Like, you should,
Yeah.
you know, like, there's so many artists that was kind of the way it was, it seemed, back in the day. Like, you didn't, I don't know, it was like more like there were songwriters and there were singers back in the day.
Yeah.
Now it's like this expectation of, and I definitely am guilty of that. I like, co-writing is a thing I struggle with a lot. I wrote I Can't Breathe with Mickey Braun from Mickey and the Motor Cars, and that was like the very first, besides my older brother, I had written with him a little bit, time I had done co-writing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, so if Tim McGraw doesn't write all those songs are heaters. Yeah. Those songs are great.
Yeah.
What is the Humble and Kind?
Yeah.
Yeah, that song is amazing.
Yeah. The thing that
but no way he wrote that.
On Twitter though, I was talking about George Strait the last couple of days, and I had said something about the fact how, like, once George Strait covers a song, it becomes like a George Strait song. Yeah. And people really took offense to that, where it's like, no,
I
that's
used him as an
like,
example for this exact subject.
And somebody was like, or not just somebody, like a bunch of people were kind of like, well, you lost me on that point. And I said, well, what do you think of, like, this song by, do you think of, like, Amarillo by Morning by Terry Stafford, who's like one of the guys who wrote it? Or do you think of it as
what did
as
you
a
get
George
tattooed
Strait?
on your ass last night?
Fuck,
Tell all these people what you got tattooed on your ass.
Don't lose your
last
point
night.
that you're getting at.
No, let's hear the story though.
All right, so like I said, Midland was a shit show. We all got super plastered. We didn't get to sleep till really late in the morning. Woke up and, like, first thing.
Like, that was just morning?
No, it was yesterday morning.
Did it happen last night?
Yeah, no, it happened yesterday. But anyway, we leave Midland and, like, we're drinking all the way. I should have been asleep, but I didn't. I didn't take a nap. I went to the gas station, got gelatos and some Palm Breezes. I don't even know what the fuck a Palm Breeze is until yesterday. And then we pull up to Hoots. I've never been to Hoots before, and there's a tattoo parlor right next door. So I'm about half lit. I'm like, hey, we're getting tattoos. Everybody's like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're going to get tattoos. So I walk in. I'm like, hey, I need something that symbolizes Amarillo. And dude was like, man, I really don't. Maybe the yellow rose. I don't know. Like, I mean, what are you looking for? I'm like, fuck it, give me a tumbleweed with a line under it. He's like, all right, cool. So we go to sound check, come back, and he's got this thing drawn up. I don't know where I'm going to get it. And so I start drinking a little bit more, and we get in there, and he starts doing work, and I walk out with a tattoo of a tumbleweed with Amarillo by Morning underneath it on my right ass cheek.
Yeah.
For Amarillo. So shout out George. Who wrote that song? Was it?
I said
Was
it was like Terry Stafford and
Terry
some other
Stafford.
dude.
Okay.
Terry Stafford was like this Amarillo
Somebody
guy,
released that
but-
song. I read one time way before George Strait ever cut it. It was
Really?
released in like the 70s. He recut it.
shit.
Yeah, I read that one time, like 1974, 1972 or something. But
When did it come out? Like,
anyways, you
90?
do have the title of it tattooed.
I
on
think
your
it like
right
came
ass
out in
cheek
like
now.
82,
80s?
81. As far as like George's cut did.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
But
know that.
regardless, you think of those as George Strait songs,
Yeah,
not
you do.
as
You really
somebody
do.
else's. Even though that person wrote it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But at some point, like it transitioned to being a George Strait song, and that became a little bit more important. And my entire point on all of that was that, like, he wasn't just doing karaoke up there. He was like part of the creative process, you know.
And he started at Cheatham Street where we play tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah. You guys are going on this acoustic or duo
Yeah.
duo acoustic.
The Naughty or Nice tour is what we've called it.
Yeah.
The Naughty. You thought of that, right?
I think, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't even know it
And
was going to be called that. He was like, what the fuck are we going to call this? And I was like, I don't know. What about the Naughty or Nice? He was like, yeah, I dig it. And I don't even think it was set in stone. And then I seen something he had posted. It was like Naughty or Nice tour. I was like, bet, let's do it. So here we are, first annual.
Now that's it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it'll be the majority will be naughty.
Yeah, it's a very
You know,
good
that
chance.
seems to be the trend lately. But I mean, it's a cool thing to be able to not. I don't like we don't ever really see each other all the time. So
Yeah.
we're always in
Yeah.
other places, you know. So just like 4 straight days, and it's not really the hassle of like the full band on the road. Like
Yeah.
I texted him this morning. I was like, "These was about to be the most cush 4 days we have ever had on the road."
Yeah. Like, okay, see, like a lot of those times, I feel like those are just whenever you're on like an acoustic tour, it's where you're able to like decompress in a way, right? And you're just riding with somebody else in a car, and
I guess we're taking our rig, so we'll be together.
Be us two, both of our tour managers, and then our merch guys. So it's gonna be 6 of us for 4 days,
chilling.
Jesus.
And y'all are all riding. Yeah, that's a whole other story in itself. But, anyways, yeah, it's.
I'm excited as hell.
It'll absolutely. Yeah, I said that earlier too. I was like, dude, I'm like fucking
We're
stoked.
gonna pretend all 4 days that we're in Midland. And
it is definitely makes it an official hell of a year. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
for sure. This is a great way to go out. 2017.
yeah, you just recently released that new record. I feel like when I saw y'all at Jab Fest, like as far as the live show goes, 100 times better than the last time I had seen you guys. Like you guys had just like went from being, and I thought it was like the last time I saw y'all was here in Blue Light, and I thought it was okay, but like at Jab Fest, I thought you guys had like everything kind of like.
Man,
down
I kind of struggle with I really like playing smaller bar. Like I like playing the Blue Light. I like playing Saxon Pub and Austin, which we haven't gotten to do that in a long time. But man, I kind of struggle with the smaller venues. I feel like like last night ACL Live playing Moody Theater or Jab Fest or Larry Joe Taylor. Like the difference between my adrenaline. And I try to be a professional and not really let that affect me, but like the difference between my adrenaline of playing the Saxon Pub versus playing Larry Joe Taylor, which you could probably understand.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to be like that, but I think it's very natural, like, reaction to that is so much different. So when you play Jab Fest versus, a 300-person room, like, and when you do this a lot, like we do this every weekend, dude, throughout the year, all year long.
Mm-hmm.
When you step on place for Jab Fest, you're like, this is why we bust ass all the time. Like, there's a fuck ton of people.
Play for that many people, man. Like,
yes.
Getting to see all those faces and getting to play that big of a stage, and there's no rules besides like don't act like a total idiot.
We went front row at Jab Fest.
Yeah, me and Parker, like I said, we both been done playing for like an hour or two, and there
was a point where we were,
yeah, me and him had a little bit too much. Tito's.
It was Rumpel.
Was it Tito's or Rumpel?
I don't know. We had a bottle in each hand.
Yeah. And so like I'm like, P, you trying to go in the crowd? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. So we go out there.
No, that is not how it went. You said you said, let's go, come on, we gotta go.
Wow, we made it like 200 yards. Yeah. And then here come a wave of people. And we got me and him like sprinted like another 100 yards, and then we met up with another group of people.
Slid down a rock hill at one point, throwing bottles of whiskey over the hill.
Like it was fun for us though, because it was like, it takes you back to like, I don't know, hide and seek when you were with all your boys back in the day, like whenever you're younger. I don't know, it was a fun time because we're gonna take pictures and talk to people and shit. And
but we
went straight down to the crowd, to the pit, and got front row. And Jab's
was also
playing,
your
dude.
idea.
It was sick, man. We had a great time. I look back, Parker's not there, so I have to make my own.
Dude, I was wearing those suspenders, and all the suspenders got ripped off. All my chains got ripped off. That's why I have been wearing necklaces for 2 months now. That dude we're still waiting on those, whatever. But yeah, it was insane. That was also his idea, though.
Yeah.
So
that night after here at Blue Light was pretty fun.
Yes.
It was.
That's what we were saying before that even happened. We were like. And like whenever I first got here and I seen you, like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time, whatever. Hopefully, it won't be another 4 o'clock, night. And then here we are at 3:30 in the morning. We're still at the bar, and
yeah,
it was me. You wrote that, like summary of that.
Yeah, because I thought that was,
night.
Just really. It was a part of a bigger piece on Jab, but then I thought like, well, this is really not fitting in here, and so like, it was about like Don Williams had just died, and I remember y'all walking through singing, and
we sing "Good Old Boys," right?
Yeah, yeah. And I know, like Will, the last time we had the 806 singer-songwriter thing, for about 30 minutes, me and him just talked about Don Williams, and this was like before he passed away, and we talked about, just Don Williams as a songwriter and not really a songwriter, but as like an artist, right? He's another guy who did a whole lot of covers, right? So, and he's from he was born in Florida, so like we kind of talked about him being from the Panhandle and.
Isn't Florida the pumpkin capital?
See, I've heard that. I have no
No,
idea.
I did a radio interview there. We did a radio interview there, dude, for all 7 people in that town, and which is a great town. It's the pumpkin capital of the world.
Well,
Dude.
I
Sorry
believe
to
it, I
interrupt.
guess. I mean, but yeah. So I know like Will was kind of, I don't know, obsessed with Don Williams already, and then whenever we were out there just hanging out, it came out even again. That was a fun night though. It was just
A great night.
That was a
There's
slamming night.
so many
dude.
musicians. Like, I don't know. Anytime you come to Blue Light, I mean, you never know who you're gonna run into. But
yeah. Red
just
was
that-
here
yeah,
just
Red.
randomly.
Yeah, me and Red had us a late night, and Red is a dad. Congratulations to Red Shahan. He's
Yeah.
a dad now. Yeah, I just sent him a picture this week that I found. I was looking through something on some social media, and found a picture of me and him that night. Somebody had posted somewhere and sent it to him, and he said that was pre-dad Red. Now he's dad Red. So that's cool, and that's kind of another thing, man. That I don't know. I don't think it's very lonely. It gets pretty lonely.
the road is lonely.
Yeah,
as
you
hell.
find yourself staring out the window, no matter how many people are in the bar that night. I don't know, it's rowdy though. I mean, we're very, very lucky and very blessed, but it's definitely a part I think that is reoccurring in everyone's mind is how much you miss everything, dude, and you're
Yeah.
gone all the time. But, the flip side of that is you get to chase your dreams, so.
Yeah. I mean, I think like now, obviously, I Can't Breathe is about that, right? And there's a lot of people who write songs about, like I guess a great example is that Zane Williams song, While I Was Away, that Pat Green
Yeah.
cut, right? I think like back in the 80s, it was more guys singing about that, but like the reason I'm even bringing that up is that I remember I was listening to a song by George Strait called Lonesome Rodeo Cowboy, which is about that. But it feels like all the 80s songs were about like the rodeo guys who were like, and you can, I mean, Amarillo by Morning, right? Cowboy Rides Away.
Chris Ledoux
All of those
show.
are
His
about
life.
about like rodeo cowboys being left by the wife or the girlfriend and just continuing the rodeo life. I mean, that's very similar to music.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like the rodeo circuit's a lot like the
Yeah.
music business.
Have you guys done a whole lot of going into characters? Like, were you? I know you guys are really a lot of like first person writers, but have you delved into trying to like get into another character yet? Has there been a whole lot of that?
Oh, there was I wrote a song, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was on our Out on Parole album. It was called Gravedigger. It was just about like a dude that was, he worked at a cemetery, and that's all he did was, he dug graves, and he was lonely as hell. Like, the only time I got to see people was when they were dead. So he was trying to figure out, their entire life. And after dark, it all, like, the cemetery came alive. It was, I don't know, that's probably like the only time I've actually like done that. I know, like you said, we were writing a bunch of first person shit. So
First person for sure. Dude.
it's a lot easier to write though, because I mean, it's stuff that you've experienced. It's stuff that
You don't have to make it up.
yeah. It's nothing that you actually have to. I don't know. Just like I said, it's a lot easier to write. But
Yeah. Or is it just because like you haven't finished writing about yourself yet? You
that
still
might
got
be a
more
part
stuff.
of it.
Man, that's kind of, yeah. I don't know. I'm not an emotional person whatsoever. I don't like to talk about this. That's probably why. I mean, I know girls. Every girl I've dated, it's just only been a few girls, but they're all just, you don't talk about anything, which is I know it's a common thing, but
Yeah.
so like songwriting's kind of where, my little scapegoat there is where.
People want to hear about that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like,
and a
that's-
lot of people can relate to that. Like, majority of people are mad at somebody or somebody's done them wrong or something, and so we're no different, man. You still, our occupation's different, but we still got the same relationship struggles, which I think is just kind of a common ground. So many people relate on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I mean, we can't be the only people that feel the way we do.
Yeah.
So I feel like a bunch of our fans, they
Man,
come
you
out
write
and
that
see us
down.
every night because of it. Because of they feel the same way that we do, and that song kind of captures them. If it's that moment that they're going through in their life or a past experiences they've had, like I don't know. I feel like that's why people are showing out like this.
It's hard, dude. It's very hard. I would say, Probably Wrong was hard. It was my second record. Limestone Kid was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we put Limestone Kid out, we didn't have fans. Like, dude, I was just smoking pot, sitting on my couch, like
Yeah.
hanging out, trying to make money however I could or whatever. And I would play like the Saxon Pub in South Austin, and I just like the only thing that I really had that I could talk about enough to fill a song and 3 verses and a bridge and chorus, whatever was like, shit going on with the Tri-Delts across West Campus. I was living on UT campus. I wasn't even going to school there. I was just there, trying to hang out with chicks. And, I wasn't playing shows or anything. I'd play every now and then in the Saxon Pub. But, yeah, all I had to write about was that. And, 2 years, 3 years later, all I still have to write about is now it's just the lack thereof. Then it was I had much more time to, I don't know, I guess chase girls. Now it's just, you roll in, you play, you make everybody
routine, routine.
And you try to avoid that too. You don't, like you want every night to be its own thing, and then the fans deserve that. Like they deserve to have everybody you every night.
Yeah.
They pay their hard-earned money to buy a ticket and come see you. So it's, I don't know. Maybe it's relatable, but it's kind of all still. I guess all I have to write about is just what's really going on with like my real self. And back to what we said earlier about, just not even trying to, just like that's all I can't, to your character question, I can't like make people up. I can't make things up. Like I just, if something happens, and not even if something happens, I just really just kind of bitching, I guess. Just complaining like a motherfucker.
Back to what you said, it was just like, I don't feel like I'm done like writing about the stuff that I'm going through right now.
Yep.
Like, I'm sure it's the same with you, but like, I don't know. I've always told myself like I'm gonna do this whole, rock and roll band thing through my 20s, and then, in my 30s I want to really not like, because I'm trying to be the best songwriter that I can. Like I know I'm nowhere near where the fuck I want to be, but I want to do more of the whole songwriter deal more than the band deal. Whenever I'm a little bit more older.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just because I feel like I would have seen more when I'm older. Like right now, I don't have a whole lot to write about. Like all I got to write about is what I've experienced and what I'm going through right now. So, like, I don't know. I guess that's why.
See, I think like a lot of that right there is what I like about that is your audience can grow with you, or you're going to be.
It's kind of that
Exactly.
Ryan
Right.
Adams style kind of thing, man.
Yeah.
Like he went Ryan Adams and the Cardinals. He was Whiskey Town.
Mm-hmm.
Puts out Ashes and Fire. He's got
Yeah.
what is the name of that record? Gold? Is that the name of it?
Yeah. Gold.
With
What was
New
his
York,
last
New
one?
York, and all
Yeah.
that. Dude, I haven't even him, Rodney, Crowell, Jason Isabel have all put out new records that I'm like, dude, it takes me a while, like.
Well, see, this year there's been so much fucking music.
Yeah.
And it's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to digest it all,
Because
right?
everybody's buying
and
records.
like you're
everybody has
like,
to put out music, dude. You got to put it out consistently.
well, I mean, like that's like I've said this 1,000 times now, but I really kind of just stole it from BJ Barnum. It's like back in the day, you'd put out a record or you'd tour to sell your record, and now it's the other way around. So, but there's been a fucking ton of great music this last year, and some records I think that the first time you listen to them, you're like, oh, okay, but it takes 10 times to listen to it.
Last time I was with you, it was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Cause I'll go through, like, I don't know, for me, like reading a book, I'll read a book once and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then it's like the second time that I go through and skim through it that I actually, pick up on stuff that I didn't get the first time.
Yeah.
The same with records. Like I'll listen to one, I'll be like, yeah, that was good. I listen to it the second time, I'm like, holy shit, that was great. Or
I mean,
that was shit.
expectation kind of, like if someone's like, dude, you got to check out, and just like a Netflix show or
Yeah.
anything, you got to check this out. You're a
Somebody
funny
builds
video.
something up so much.
When you watch it the first time, rarely does it actually meet your expectations. When you really go back and give it the time of day, which is what I had to do with my own record, Probably Wrong. Like when I was done writing it, I was like, I just didn't feel like I had done what I wanted to do. And then once it was done recorded, I was a little more over the fence. I was like a little more, I guess, just happier with it. And now I'm kind of like, I saw a John Mayer tweet the other night that was like, your songs are as good as they are right now as they were when you thought the most of them.
Yeah.
When you were most excited about it, like they are that good, you know, regardless of how many times you listen to them or change your opinion or they, you know. So, I don't know. Another thing, making records. Tell kids to stop making, or don't stop making records.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so like you basically put out the record in 3 chunks.
Yes.
EP 1, EP 2,
EP
full.
3, yes.
Right?
Oh yeah, I guess full album, yeah.
What went into that? Went into the thought process of, I guess, like dividing it up like that.
So, dude, I had the idea to maybe just release it, you know, periodically to just kind of prolong the release and the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
With it just fast as everything's traveling today through kids' heads. Like, you know, you can be so hyped on one thing one week and the next week, you know, like whether, I mean, even a mass shooting, like an extremely tragic event, the next week there's like another one that's captured your attention. So I was trying to kind of find a way to navigate through that, you know, without going about it the wrong way. And so everybody I'd talked to about it, you know, and management and stuff had kind of pushed that idea. They didn't really like that, or didn't give it much of the time of day. And then John Mayer comes out with the Search for Everything this year, you know, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it was like, hey, maybe we should do that.
Yeah.
And so we did it, and it wasn't the same, you know, structure, same style, but it was close to it. And it was really just a kind of, you know, kids have so much coming at them. It was like, man, instead of giving you a whole chapter book, like, here's a couple chapters. Check it out. If you like it, check out some more. And we were really lucky and blessed that they liked chapter 1. So or the first part of it.
Because I think like everything's coming so quick, like you said. But like part of it too is like, you go through your phases. I feel like people go through phases a lot quicker these days. You're just, okay, I'm so gung-ho about this. I fucking love this. Oh, my God, there's this thing now, and I love that more. And sometimes, you know, you release a record, and you're not going to release another record for another year and a half, 2 years. And it part of, like, doing the EP thing is, like, you're staying relevant. You know, you're staying in the moment for a lot of these fans, keeping their attention.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Dude, I say this all the time too in the van with the guys. I'm like, we're still, it seems like we've come out of it a little bit, but just with all of the social media and technology and it's fast.
It's just
like
a different age now. Like.
But it's not all the way reached like its destination yet. Do y'all feel like that? Like it's still evolving into like, okay, remember like that decade or when that was going on, you know, and now it's like cool again. It seems like everything's pretty chaotic
social media
still.
is taking over so hard, like.
But no, but there's no like control. You know, there's no like formula or anything. Everything's just
no rule book.
You know, if
I
it hits,
think
it
that,
hits.
like,
If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I would have. I'm glad like you put them all together in a full length record because I feel like still 100 years from now, 10 years from now, the full length record matters. Like it ages way better than an EP ever will.
Well, it's like someone suggested to me one time that you should, instead of doing records nowadays, you should do singles. You should just record a few singles at a time, release them through the year. Like, what are you going to do for your live show?
Yeah.
You're going to play covers and play your 3 singles? Like, we got to fill a 90-minute show every night at the least. So.
Everyone go buy my 8 singles over there. We'll
You don't have 8 records out? No, 8 songs. Yeah, you don't want to. Dude, I just like making records, man. I like the vibe of how my mind gets when it's like, and you know, I know we're still kids. Like I've only done it twice, but the second time is very fresh. Like a month ago or whatever, however many months ago, I'd only made 1 record. Yeah. So like my whole it's almost like a change of season. You know, like you're going into record making mode. Like let's go make an album. And now you just got to do it more often than you did before. Yeah. And there should be no excuses.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm kind of drunk.
I've never made a record, so.
And I'm rambling.
No, this is what we want, though. This is what the people like is rambling.
That's why y'all gave us daiquiris before we played.
Exactly. So, like, where are you guys at in the next record? Like, what are you guys doing as far as...
I'm still writing for it. Like, we've been in the studio. We've tracked 2 or 3 songs, just kind of to fill out a single to push here, just kind of give the people something, you know.
And they are heaters.
I don't know,
Heaters.
man.
I have them all in my Dropbox, and they are heaters.
But I don't know, man. We're not trying to rush anything. Like we don't want to go. I don't want to go in the studio and feel like we have to we have to get something out. You know, I don't want to go in there and not give the songs justice at all. You know, just kind of go in with, 2 verses and 2 choruses and call it a fucking song, and everybody be like, oh yeah, it's great. You know, they like it because they like Noise Complaint so much. Like I don't want our fans to have to feel obligated to like shit just because it's shit. You know. So, like we're not rushing anything, man. I'm trying to take my time with these songs and actually, make them what they are and give them the justice that I feel they need. So, I don't know. We've recorded a little bit. We haven't. There's no set time on this next record. I don't know, man. We're just kind of taking our time and just kind of feeling it out. When it comes, it comes. So, I don't know.
Yeah. You said earlier you were like not good at doing co-writes. Are you kind of that way?
Dude.
Have you gotten better?
See, like Love, we didn't. Yeah. That wasn't like when you co-write. When people say co-write, they mean literally this is how it goes. And I've been to Nashville a couple times and kind of some outside. My manager asked me to go do it and just kind of test it out, right? Which I'm cool with that. It's like new food, like.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy, like go try something new. Like you never know who you might meet, whatever. And it was a great experience, and I'll go do it again a little bit. But like you said earlier, I'm just not done writing about what I got to say. But when we wrote Love, like there was it wasn't like a typical co-write where we went in the room and wrote the song. Like he had the song, those 2 verses, and I think a chorus, right? Yeah. And I guess Jake or whatever had it on his phone and let me listen to it, and I was just like, you knew right away.
We were at Jake's house.
At the lake house, yeah. Holy shit.
At the lake house, and I don't know, we were pretty tore up.
Yeah.
Like we were just passing the guitar back and forth.
He went to bed, it was just us. And
it was me and P, and like we were passing the guitar back and forth, just playing new songs. He's playing stuff I wasn't probably wrong, but
it might have been some of that,
You were playing new songs.
Yeah, it might have been.
And I don't know, I was like, hey man, I got this new song that I'm thinking about, cutting one of the songs off of Noise Complaint and throwing it on there. And I played it for him because this was in whenever we were recording Noise Complaint. And I played it for him. He was like, bro, what the fuck? And I was like,
yeah, I was like, that is raw.
And he was like, let me come on. He was like, I got a 3rd verse for it. Let me come on. And I was like, all right, bet. So.
Well, he had texted me and said, if you have a 3rd verse, send it to me. And I was in my room. And so when I really did not have the verse finished yet.
You were writing for Rob.
I did not have the verse finished yet.
Yeah.
And so I have big, huge pieces of paper on my wall. And he had texted me that.
Jake was in the studio with us.
Yeah, finished it, sent it to him, and I said, is it cool if I kill her off? I was like, can I kill her? And he's like, the girl in the song, or whatever the song's about. He's like, yeah, that's tight, that's cool. So I finished the verse, and I don't know, I sent him a picture of it on the wall, or maybe sent him a recording or whatever the words was, and he was Jake did you just write that? And I was like, yeah, in 10 seconds. He was like, okay, we're going to do that.
Jake was in the studio with us, and Jake showed me the picture that Pia sent to him. And he was like, what do you think? I said, tell the motherfucker to come in. Let's cut this right now, dude.
Yeah. And I don't even think I had planned on singing at that point. I think it had just been, can I get one of those, man? Thank you. I don't even think I don't think that, maybe I was wrong, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't even aware we'd even talked about singing on the song. It was just about writing it. And then he was like, just come sing it. It was at the church, right?
Yeah, we recorded Noise Complaint at a church.
I really didn't even know what was going on there. Yeah, we pull up to this building, and I'm like, it was early in the morning. It was 9, 10 a.m., and Jake was driving me there. And where was that? It was around Fort Worth.
All the adults are going to be like early in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. No, that's not early.
Walking through that church. You're walking through that church, and then you open that door, and there's just a full-on studio, guitars all down the wall, legit. And went in there. I think we did it in 2 takes, and that was it.
The song was super raw anyway. I think we went in and tracked it one time, just going through full band, and then I went through, sang, and you went through and did it. Yeah, it was 30 minutes. Just went in and tracked it, and that was it. I mean, it was. I think you had to come back and you had to do one more run because of
Well, remember, because originally it was us singing to each other.
Yeah.
And so I had to change that one word so that, because it sounded like me and Koe were singing about each other in the song, the original recording, which I'm sure is somewhere. And so we changed
it was a Baptist
one word
church,
to,
so we couldn't have that.
Yeah.
So,
When it said, oh yeah, that's what it is. When a broken heart and a bullet mark was all that she left, was originally all that you left.
yeah, all that you left.
And
It
Jake called him,
sound-
like, bro, it sounds like you and Koe are singing together on Love. Like,
Yeah,
we
Kim
gotta,
was like, dude, we
fix
got
that.
to change something here. Like, this is not going to work.
So we changed
like,
one
all right,
word.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I went back and changed it.
See, I always think like co-writing works so much better when it's just organic
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of, you know, off the cuff in a lot of ways. I know like Will and Charlie Shafter wrote the song "Drunk on Desire" together, and like Charlie Shafter does not do co-writes, and Will kind of said that the way they even started that song out was he basically baited Shafter into it. He was like, all right, we're gonna just talk, and like they ended up like getting where he got him drunk enough to like start writing the song, because like Charlie's just kind of like,
That's cool.
I'm not gonna fucking, I don't write.
I'm
not gonna write
I can't
with you.
co-write either, dude.
And-
Like,
I think like that's something where it's like seeing people do the co-write stuff on the 806 thing. It's interesting to see like people just trying to work back and forth, but also you know, I've heard on the other side where people are like, well, you got to think about it this way, is like, if I have this really great idea and I don't really know this person, I don't want to waste the song idea with this person, or with the chance of this song not becoming a song, or becoming a bad song that we don't cut, and then I've kind of wasted that idea in a way.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Just like whenever I write a song, I don't expect to go ahead and cut it. Like I don't finish the song and I'm automatically like, hey, I'm going to record this song. Like it's definitely going to be on the record. Like whenever I write a song, I'm pumped as fuck that I actually
It could
wrote a
sit
song
for a while.
Yeah,
though.
but like there's songs that I'll go back on that I've wrote. Like like with Noise Complaint, there were songs on there that I wrote 2 years ago that I'd forgot totally about, and went back and tracked it. And like there's 4 or 5 songs that didn't make Noise Complaint that I'm looking at now, and I'm like, holy shit, man, why didn't we cut this song? It's kind of in the loop to throw on this new record. So I don't know. I don't ever want to look at a song and just go like straight up, yeah, we're definitely putting it on the record just because it's a song and we wrote it. Like I don't know, but like I said, I'm not very good at co-writing. I've tried. I can co-write with my cousin, but like he's the only, like, because he's the dude that I learned pretty much everything I know about songwriting. So like that's the only.
Didn't he
guy
write
that
Wine Glass?
Yeah, he
Or
wrote
part
Wine
of it?
Glass.
Yeah. That's still, I think that's
Yeah.
that's like top 3 favorite Koe songs. Wine
He's got
Glass.
so many songs, dude. And he's just not even. I don't even think he's really even songwriting anymore. He's just kind of chilling.
Is he older than you?
Yeah, he's 20, 28, 29.
Yeah. My brother's older than I am. He's
Yeah.
6 years older than I am. He's kind of that influence
It's
for
kind of,
me.
yeah, like you looked up to Tyler all the time.
Yeah.
Like that was your dude that you looked up to. So anything he wrote, you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, my
Same
older
with-
brother's a
yeah.
monster
Yeah,
songwriter.
he is like bad.
Yeah.
motherfucker,
Monster
dude.
songwriter. He wrote "Learn to Fly," which was on the new record, and he wrote "Prohibition Rose," which is on the Limestone Kid. Yeah, he's raw, dude. He was like, when I was, dude, even like 11, 12 years old, and I remember him asking me if I knew who Towns Van Zandt was, and I was like, I have no idea. Like that was the first time I heard Tecumseh Valley. You
Yeah.
know, like he at that young, and I just remember I had no friends that knew who those guys were. Like their dads would hear me listen to their songs and be like, "How in the world is this 12-year-old?" You know, and so yeah, it was all about. I say that all the time. I say it in, you know, pretty much since I started playing, was that he was kind of the one that just, you know, I probably would have been.
You have to have like that one person to be the gateway.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's with anything. I guess that's with anything. Sorry, I'm drunk, but
No.
really,
like,
and the
that's how-
daiquiri's got to
that's
me. I'm
how-
slurring my words, but you got to have that influence, man. You got to. If you don't, kudos to you for figuring that shit out on your own.
Like going back to Chase, my cousin, he was whenever I was in high school, whenever I was first getting into Texas music, he was down in San Marcos, and all he ever talked about was Kim Finley and Cheatham Street and going to the Songwriters Circle and all that shit, dude. So, like, that was
we
just,
should pop in soon.
like, my mind was so, like, the world of Texas music was so big, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So it just like, it fired me up. And then once we got to college, we started the band and everything, dude. It was, I don't know, I always had that I don't know, drive to, I don't know, play Texas music, I guess.
Yeah.
But we've talked about it, man, and you know, the Texas label is an honor to have. You know, it's like that's what all I wanted as a kid, and I kind of think we both kind of have the same ideas. Like, dude, how far can we take that? You know, can you go national? Can you go global without sacrificing the songwriting, which is really or the control really over the music? Like, both of us, we're completely independent. No music is being put out that is not 100%, first of all, created from probably our bedrooms or living rooms. Like, that's where the music is being created.
Mm-hmm. What we want.
Yeah, and it's not coming. It's not being released unless it is absolutely what we want to put out there. So if we can hang on to that and still go to that, those, you know, like that's the ultimate goal, you know, to where your original fans and the people that were.
When you don't have that control, it takes away from the creative side.
Absolutely.
Well, like so much of the
Freedom.
Texas label is, it's at the beginning, or there's a lot of stuff about being from Texas that's great as far as the music scene goes. It's very supportive.
Everything's great.
There's an infrastructure, but at some point, like, also you don't want to, you want to get outside that circuit board. You know what I mean? You want to get out and get to other places in the country.
Yeah.
And I think, like, Turnpike's really done a really great job of being able to do that. And, like, even, like, Bingham really, you know.
Dude, he surfs in, like, L.A. and Australia on acoustic tours.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, you know, when he did the record Tomorrowland, one of his big points, and I mean, I don't know if he would really say this, but I think one of it was just to kind of shake the Texas label. And then that last record kind of went back further towards his original sound, you know. But
I don't know. I've always said that I want, you know, our music to take me places, because, like, I love traveling. So, man, there's, you know, I want to see the world, but there's places in the United States that I haven't seen. I want to go all over the United States. I want to see, you know, every possible place that I can before I die. So, like, I don't know, man. I want my music to take me there. And we're going
with Texas tatted on your forearm the whole time.
Yeah, with Texas, yeah, absolutely. But never forgetting where we came from. But
so I'm saying, you can go to that next level and go national or even globally, you know, like bands in the past for sure have and are doing right now. But
it's possible. As fun,
you can always just don't do that without, you know, like, always continue to come home and slam in Texas and, like, come home and play for the people that, you know, we're coming to your show. Yeah, we're coming to your shows when, you know, you were doing
sleeping on couches.
Yeah, holy shit.
Sleeping on
I was sleeping on Wade Forster's couch right before I put out the Limestone Kid. And I never sleep on my couch anymore.
I think that's something, too, is, like, I think people, like, fan bases are kind of just, they don't realize just how much of a struggle it is those first few years as an artist, or even, like, 5-10 years into it can be. They sometimes feel like it's the, like, you know, sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's almost famous, right? And, like, that's everybody. Yes. And it's not necessarily that.
Dude, with the Limestone Kid, that was kind of my whole goal for so long. I was like, dude, I want to do it young as a kid. Like, I'm always like, okay, did I do this by this age? Did I do this? But I played Billy Bob's Main Stage by 25. These were all my goals I had. And now I've kind of found myself like, man, if you're really trying to do this for the rest of your life, you know, like, I just think much more along the grand scheme of things, you know, instead of just like my 20s.
I was just saying, like, I was the same way. Like, I wanted everything, like, that we're doing right now. Yeah, I wanted everything that we're doing right now. Whenever I was like 19, 20, 21, whenever we first started out, and I didn't get why the fuck we weren't doing it. I was like, you know, what are we doing wrong that we're, we're not where Josh Evans, Randy Rogers, all those guys are. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But looking back on it now, it's like we weren't ready for it. I'm super glad.
Yes, I say that all the time.
I'm so glad that it didn't happen then, because I wouldn't known how to handle this.
I was
shit,
not
dude.
ready for it, dude. We, like, Koe was opening for us acoustic like 18 months ago,
Yeah.
a year and a half ago. Koe be like, yo, like we were fucking, we're trying to
Just anything to play music, dude.
Yes.
We didn't give a fuck where it was.
But we had started touring a little bit before Koe, so we we were trying to help them out, but we did not. They were always, like I said, he was always asking us, what do we do here? What do we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, it was cool that we always, we kind of came up at the same time.
And I would always just be like, dude, I don't fucking know. I have no idea what we're doing. Like, I would be like, dude, we're playing catch up. Like, when I put out the line Some Kid and Meet You in the Middle was released, like, dude, I just put that out there. Just fucking around, literally. And that was almost 3 years ago in April.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I had no idea what to do for a
All
second.
this stuff worked out,
Yeah, I had no clue. I always knew that I wanted to, and that somehow or some way it would happen. And obviously, our ultimate goals have not been reached yet, but man, we've reached some okay ones.
Yeah.
In a short amount of time. So I don't know, man. We're lucky. I said
blessed as hell.
Blessed and lucky, and just right time. And thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool. And the songwriting will stay. Like, people always say not to guarantee anything, but the songwriting will always stay. Like, the most important thing.
Yeah.
I made 2 records and never said the word beer on any of them. So
Yeah.
you can do it too.
Have you used any substitutes though?
I used to say that and say I never said beer or girl, but I realized Galveston Bay says girl, which I didn't write that song. My older cousin wrote that song, and that says girl.
Yeah.
So
my whole thing on the girl is it's okay to say girl as long as it's not like the first word.
it's kind of like the F
Yeah.
word. It's kind of like the F word. Like, if you notice, like when Brian Bingham says the F word, it's like you're never like, man, that was gay, or that was dumb. I know I shouldn't say gay anymore, but
17 part,
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I don't mean to be. People jump on your ass about that for sure, but I don't know.
I agree.
Bingham came and did it right, and now he's surfing in LA every day. So
riding his horse.
Yeah.
So
I saw him and Steve Earle at Whitewater Amphitheater this year in New
I was
Braunfels.
texting you when you were out there.
Yes, we were sitting on the very
Yeah, 'cause
back.
where was that? Whitewater. Yeah, we were in. I was.
That was on a
half-ass
Sunday
naked
night.
in the hallway, and like people were coming in like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Hey, are you Koe?" And I'm in my boxers, just trying to charge my phone.
I'll tell you what,
Where'd y'all
about
come from? The Bingham
about
show.
10 to 15 times every single night that we play a show, somebody comes up to me and says, "Dude, I know Koe Wetzel. Koe Wetzel is my friend." I'm
Are you and Parker really friends? No, he came in the studio one time. I had no clue who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
Let him sing on the record.
My mom still even says that. Are you playing with Cole tonight?
I still have an aunt that calls me Cole. No shit. I swear, my aunt Sissy. Cole, how are you? And I'm like, Sissy, this isn't right. But whatever.
Do you mess up her name on purpose though?
I
just
don't. It's Sissy. She's a live wire. So I mean, I'm just like whatever.
And none of this would be possible if the dudes that have done it before us had not laid it out there, like it was up when they were, doing what we're trying to do. You know? Like they were the ones that got it up.
I remember like when I first moved up here for school, like 105, the Rebel was not a thing. And like I'm not like I really don't listen to the radio because I'm not really just driving around out much. But anyways, like one of the radio stations just had like a Texas country radio hour, and like that's all it was. But like I remember catching that all the damn time and thinking like now you think about it, like that kind of sounds absurd to think that like there would be just a Texas country radio hour on a radio station and not like a station. And yeah, I think like basically from, like I wrote this piece on Charlie Robinson's My Hometown and Ragweed's 17 about how those two songs really just about like the idea of a hometown, playing like the two sides of it, like where, you know, trying to get out of town as quick as possible, and the other side is like thinking of it as like a welcoming spot, and how like those two songs really kind of came in at a perfect time for Texas country to just explode. Yeah. So it's kind of strange to think that, you know, just 15, 20 years ago, a lot of this wasn't around.
It doesn't seem that far, like that long ago either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember the first time that I ever heard a cross was my cousin. I was probably, I don't know, 10 or 11, and my cousin had their Live at Billy Bob's album, and I was thinking, like, who the hell are these guys, you know? I listened to it, and it was something new and fresh to me. I was like, I had no idea what the hell I was listening to. And ever since then, I've been a Cross fan, so I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I remember exactly where my brother picked me up from 5th grade, dude, on a Friday afternoon and put 17 on by Cross Canadian Ragweed. We were cruising on 105 in Conroe, Texas. And, dude, I swear to God. Or actually, we were on Loop 336 turning on to 105 in Conroe. And he was like, you got to hear this. And he put the CD in. Yes, CD.
Yeah.
A CD. One of those things. Yeah, and I was like, holy shit. But I had heard, I mean, that was my second experience. First one was downloading 3 Days by Pat Green, or George's Bar off of Napster.
Yeah. See, okay, this is the thing, too, is like,
She doesn't know what Napster is. She's too young for you, dog.
No,
or LimeWire.
Okay,
She doesn't know what LimeWire is. She's really too young.
It's
for
like
you, dog.
everyone makes a joke about, yeah, back in we had CDs back then, but it's like really the hardest shit was doing like the LimeWire stuff where you only could download
CD
a
was given to you. You get the song right there.
One
It would
song.
play.
LimeWire was like you'd come back and check to see what.
Would be fucked with a virus.
I can remember LimeWire downloading "Framed" by Chris Knight. That was the first song I ever learned to play and sing on guitar. And I can remember downloading it on LimeWire, listening to it, and my brother kind of taught me how to play it off of like cowboy lyrics.
Yes, dude. Cowboy
Cowboy lyrics.
I see one of our songs with cowboy lyrics. I sent it straight to my cousin. I was like, bro, check out this shit. I had a whole notebook full of laminate shit just that I downloaded off of it.
There's a song called "Hole in My Heart" or something like that. I was in 7th grade, and I had submitted it. I tabbed it out myself and wrote the lyrics and had my little account. It was like Yancey Cowboy.
Like done by Parker McCollum.
Yes, it's. I think it's Yancey Cowboy was my username on there. I swear, dude. And it's. I don't think the song's deleted, but the title, like if you search it, it'll still come up. You can click on it, and it's blank.
Yeah.
It's called "Hole in My Heart." I think the "Hole in My Heart" it still hurts. The wind blows through, which I stole from. What's the dude that plays Tim Allen? Is that his name? Tim Allen?
Yeah.
The
I'm
actor?
assuming, yeah.
Yeah, what's that movie where
Man?
there's a movie where he says, you know, it still hurts in my heart, the whole whatever, I don't know, and I wrote that. Anyways, it's on Cowboy lyrics.
The Santa Claus or Toy Story.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, you can Google it. It's on there.
It's worth a Google.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
If you didn't know, Tim Allen got caught.
Yeah, I know.
Santa Claus. He got caught in the Detroit airport with like 75 pounds. I don't know, something like $1 million, $750,000, something like that, worth of coke. In the 70s, went to prison for a while, and then came back and made like $1 million an episode on Home Improvement.
People act like that's such a. You're acting right now. That's so strange, but you see his mugshot and you're like, yeah,
he
that dude was smuggling.
Nug ass mustache.
Yeah.
Straight
No
nugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Go look
In
up
the
his
Detroit
mugshot and you're gonna go
airport,
like,
76
yeah,
pounds of
okay.
coke.
No wonder he was
young, man.
the guy who was searched.
And now he's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Or he was.
Wow.
Buzz Lightyear. I mean.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. I'll do for songwriting is I will watch old I'm always find myself trying to like light candles, you know, like in Christmas time that smell like Christmas, so kind of like feel like you're a kid again, or like those how you felt when you were a kid. And I'll do that for songwriting. Like I know like the way like my old apartment smelled when I wrote the Limestone Kid. I'm always trying to like. It's weird. I know that probably sounds weird.
Well, it just brings back those vibes of where you were at that
Yeah.
moment. So,
Well, like smell is such a strong thing. Like that's probably you You're looking at the mugshot now.
No way.
Yeah, that's Tim Allen.
Tim Allen
It wasn't. It
opens
was
up
some
about something.
crazy amount of coke, dude. And he got caught. So Tim Allen, if you ever hear this, we're not talking shit. We envy you. Not the getting caught part.
Yeah. Well,
Little did those cops. I wonder if those cops ever watched Home Improvement. Like, I'm so proud of this guy, really getting it together.
yeah. They're probably like thinking they kind of taking some credit to
Yeah, if you make $1
getting
million
this guy's-
selling coke and $1 million on a TV show,
Yeah.
Balling.
yeah, that's balling.
You're a cowboy.
I taught my
You're a
8-year-old niece on
fucking
Thanksgiving how to say
cowboy.
balling. Yeah, he is a cowboy. He's got a cowboy's mustache too.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we go on early, dude. We go
Yeah.
on at
I was gonna say,
8:15 tonight.
you guys want to go ahead and cut this right here.
All right,
We'll
cool.
be good to go.
Yes.
Thank you guys so
See y'all
much.
later. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.